morning, one and all. This is Dr. Balakrishna, Associate Professor of Chemistry, Lendi Institute of Engineering and Technology. Now, let us discuss about an important topic which is mostly useful in our regular days. So, before going to learn about the topic, let us see one thing. Make your hands free and place one hand on another. Now, rub your hands. When you are rubbing your hands, you can observe a little production of heat. Now, continue the rubbing and more and more and more. Now, observe that what is happening. If you see your hands, heat is producing. What causes the production of heat? There is an important reasoning behind it. When the two hands placed one on another, the gap in between the two hands are less. That means one is in contact with another one. Now, when they are working one on another, then what happens is the contact area increases. Due to the contact area, frictional forces arises. Due to the frictional forces, heat produces. So, if heat produces, what is the problem? When heat produces, the produced heat is then taken by the same hands only. When hands take heat, then you can see the formation of bubbles on hands. That means the hands get burned or the hands get spoiled. Why we are discussing about this kind of phenomena? Because if you observe the same thing in the case of machinery parts, okay, take two machinery parts, place one on another, Now the gap in between the two machinery parts are less. Again, one machinery part is placed on another machinery part. The two machinery parts are working one on another. The contact area is less. Due to this, what happens is frictional forces arises in between the two machinery parts. Frictional forces arises in between the two machinery parts. Due to the frictional forces, heat will liberate. What is it? Heat will liberate. The liberated heat will be taken by the surroundings. Who is there in the surrounding? Again, the machinery parts only. So, the machinery parts will take the liberated heat. When the machinery parts are taking the heat, what happens? As you know that heat melts the metals. So, machinery part starts melting. When machinery part starts melting, the surfaces up to then, the surfaces are smooth. But after they are getting affected by heat, the surfaces become rough and tough. Okay, this can be absorbed by the formation of peaks and valleys. Now the surfaces become rough and tough. This is also called as wear and tear problem. When the surfaces become rough and tough, then what happens is, even with the rough and tough surfaces, if the machinery parts continue their working, then the frictional forces arises more and more. When the frictional forces arises more and more, heat liberates more because these two are directly proportional to each other. When heat liberated more, machinery parts spoils immediately. So, in this condition, our aim is to protect a machinery part. Our aim is to protect a machinery part. How to protect a machinery part? To protect a machinery part, it should not be, there should be less frictional forces. To maintain less frictional forces, the contact in between two machinery parts should be decreased. That means the gap in between two machinery parts should be increased. How to increase the gap in between two machinery parts? Take two machinery parts, place one on another. Now the two are in contact with each other. There is no gap. Now I am introducing a new substance in between the two machinery parts. Now observe the gap. Yes, gap is increased. Now rub your hands. You can see very little amount of heat is producing there. Very little amount of heat is producing there. When the amount of heat reduced, that means it is due to less frictional forces. The frictional forces are reduced, that is due to gap increase. The gap is increased, which is due to placing a new substance in between the two objects. This substance is called lubricant. The process of introducing the substance in between two machinery parts by increasing gap, by decreasing frictional forces, by decreasing heat production is nothing but lubrication. Okay, for lubrication purposes, we can use solids, semi-solids and liquids. Yeah. Generally, a substance will act as a lubricant only in few cases. All the substances cannot be considered as a lubricant. Maybe they are lubricants, but they are not good lubricants. A good lubricant should possess some important qualities with it. Let us discuss about what are the qualities should be possessed by a lubricant. Before that, let us see the functions of lubricant. When we introduce the lubricant in between two machinery parts, first function, it increases the gap. Second function, it decreases the friction. Third function, it decreases the heat liberation. Fourth function, it increases the lifespan of the machinery part. That is the most important concept in our lecture. It increases the lifespan of the machinery parts. Fifth function, which makes the two surfaces smooth. That means there will be no rough and tough, there will be no wear and tear problems due to the introduction of a lubricant. So these are the important functions of lubricant. So this kind of functions will be possessed by a good lubricant. Then what is a good lubricant? A good lubricant is nothing but which should possess some important properties with it. The important properties are viscosity, acid number, flash and fire point, annealing point, mechanical strength, cloud and pour point. These are the 6 important properties we study in our lecture. Okay? Right guys, thank you.